recognize me from E's Famously Single, E! News, MTV, Nightline, and various other shows. So Justin Bieber is engaged to his ex, Hailey Baldwin. Apparently, they were broken up and even dating other people as recently as 2 months ago. But because of their history, when they got back together, it almost instantly led to an engagement. So should you get back with your ex too? Or is this relationship, and any ex relationship, doomed? Well, maybe they're following the successful example of Adam Levine and Beate Prinsloo, who were also exes. Adam dated other Victoria's Secret models, but couldn't get his mind off of Beate. Then he pretty much ghosted one of his other model ladies and suddenly reemerged back with Beate and engaged to marry. Now they have 2 children and appear to be completely in love and dedicated to each other and their family. While some say that revisiting the past is never a good idea, that it ended for a reason, you broke up because you were broken, it might actually be time to rethink recycling. So how do you get back with an ex in a healthy way? Well, it first depends on how and why you broke up in the first place. So here are a few scenarios to consider. You might have met while one of you was with someone else, and though you thought you were ready when you finally were able to come together, the fact is that you still had some serious healing to do. You simply weren't in a healthy place to pursue this new relationship. Regardless of how right they were for you, the time was actually wrong. Or you were in a transition in your career or in another place in your life, leaving little time or energy to focus on the relationship. You didn't realize what you had, and then you realized once they were gone how much you loved them. You weren't ready for something real, intense, and consuming. Not yet. You were still emotionally tied to an unhealthy ex and not ready to open your heart to someone else, regardless of the fact that your ex was completely wrong for you and that this person was really, really great. You still had some growing, learning, exploring, self-discovery to do. You had a time frame with certain critical self-imposed time-sensitive components in place, like proposal, marriage, kids, and when. And they weren't ready to move at your speed, so you left to find someone else who was on your schedule. There was always someone else, right? Plenty of fish in the sea, but not the one. You had some issues that you needed to come to terms with and overcome and then heal from. You were still in the fun phase of dating and weren't ready to settle down with the one yet. You confused what you wanted, hot, fun, rich, whatever, with what you needed, emotionally supportive, loving, respectful, adoring. Your priorities were off. You weren't happy with yourself, so you were looking outside of yourself for someone to make you happy. And you didn't understand that no matter whose arms you were in, you are still going to feel empty and alone. But now you've learned and you've changed and you're clear on who you are and what your needs are in someone else. You aren't a fool rushing in with just anyone anymore. You're ready for the one. You're happy and fulfilled just as you are, but having a partner to share this life with would make it somehow even sweeter. You have found your focus, and you see that the person you've been looking for in everyone else has been in the back of your mind the entire time. Every relationship leaves a mark. From each experience, there is a lesson. You may have needed to gather more insight from the lens of other relationships in order to move into the emotional maturity to be ready for the right person. That person who came into your life too soon, your ex. It's easier now to move that relationship forward, even if you haven't spoken in months or even years, because there's a comfort level since you know each other. So it might be easier to have real conversations quickly and dig into the core of the issues that broke you up in the first place. You know what you're getting into. Oftentimes, when you break up with one person in order to get into a relationship with someone new, you're trading in known issues, those of your ex, for unknown new issues, those that lie beneath the exciting exterior of the new person. But when you're getting back with an ex, you already likely know the issues. You know what you're signing up for. And in order to make it work this time around, if those issues contributed to your end last time around, then they have to be either accepted or addressed. Maybe the time away gave you new perspective. Maybe you did some work, had some therapy or coaching, did some soul searching, redefined your priorities, or grew up and realized that you're actually okay with your ex's baggage, idiosyncrasies, weirdnesses, problems, weaknesses, personality differences, lifestyle disagreements. Or maybe the time away gave them the opportunity to reevaluate themselves, do the work, reprioritize, make change, grow up, evolve, and get to a better place, and vice versa with your issues. Regardless, something has to give, either the issues or your attitude around them. Maybe you broke up because of a situation that they or you were in, or an influence that overwhelmed and controlled them or you. But that distraction and power has been remedied and will no longer taint your relationship. That doesn't mean that you can only get back together when everything is perfect and fixed. You or they may still be a work in progress. But the problem was realized, is being addressed, and you're both dedicated to making change in order to make it work. Because of the break, lines of communication are likely blasted open. You aren't afraid to speak your mind and your heart, and suddenly you're both more real. And that allows you to become closer faster and fix the little hiccups that would have historically broken you up. That being said, damage from a breakup doesn't just disappear because you decided to reappear. First, you have to fix the distrust you caused by leaving. You have to go back before you can move forward. You can't just jump back in, picking up where you left off before the fighting, before the complications, before the misunderstanding, before the hurt and the pain and distrust, before the break. Before taking those next steps forward, you have to take a few back. Depending on the circumstances of who left, why, and how long ago, here are a few crucial elements to consider that will help you to repair the break, that will allow you to move forward unbroken and on a solid foundation. Number 1, acknowledge and attempt to fix the root of the problem. Number 2, acknowledge the damage that leaving may have done. Number 3, be empathetic. Put yourself in each other's shoes. Number 4, rebuild trust. And number 5, create new healthy habits as a couple. When getting back with your ex, you need to realize that this is not a new rosy relationship. Whether it was an issue of cheating, losing interest, bad timing, or something else. You broke up. And before you can move forward, you have to address the issues, fix the break, and regain trust. And once you've done that, then get back with your ex and enjoy the makeup sex. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please like it and subscribe to my channel. You can learn more about me at manwhisperer.com or laurelhouse.com, where you can learn about how to work with me. You can follow me on Instagram at laurelhouse and on Facebook and Twitter at datinglaurel.